This live is gonna be extra. If only if I can't find the charger though. It's gonna be an extra fast live, and I'm gonna say something real quick. I'm gonna say something real quick. I check this out, people. I was checking on Twitter today, and I seen the ESPN and the NFL Real got the Broncos third in the division again, behind the Chiefs, behind the Chargers. You gotta be kidding me. But it doesn't surprise me because we got a lot of idiots that analyze football. That's just I come to the conclusion that a lot of like these people that analyze football are just pure idiots. Like they don't have no brain cells. Like they went nuclear with just being idiots across the board, right? You got a Broncos team that is hungry after going to the AFC Championship and losing their quarterback, and you have better odds for the Queefs and the ringless bums once again. The overhype for these teams that I'm sorry to say, it doesn't matter what you do from here on out. You can't stop Broncos country. Man, if Broncos don't lose Bo Nix in the AFC Championship, Broncos would have been in the Super Bowl. And I'm going to tell you like this. We would have actually competed with the Seahawks for the Super Bowl championship, right? You mean to tell me regression all the way across the board backwards? And you think the Broncos are the third best team in this division? Homie, you are smoking fentanyl. Like, let's get a reality check, homie. Fools don't want to admit this shit. But the Broncos done crushed every single narrative when it comes to the NFL. You cannot stop what the receipts say. The Broncos won the division, won the AFC West, won the conference, number one seed, and was Bo Nix's injury away from going to the Super Bowl. And I'm sorry to the Patriot fans because I got a lot of love for the Patriot fans. But we would have actually gave the Seahawks a run for their money in the Super Bowl and wouldn't have got slapped up like the Patriots in the Super Bowl. But you're going to give the top spot back to the Queefs that didn't even make the playoffs? What up with it, man? Mile high salute. Check this out, man. If this doesn't show you, homie, we've been saying it all across the board with Broncos country, right? If this doesn't show you, the Broncos, there's a bias against Broncos country. You have the number one seed to the AFC Championship, and you're going to put them third best in the division behind the Chargers, the ringless bums that can't get out of the first round, and then the Queefs that didn't even make the playoffs, and you're going to give us the third best in the division. Even the most ridiculous haters, they're losing arguments all across the board, homie. You want to really know the situation? I'm going to give you the heads up about what really took place in that AFC Championship game. First and foremost, Bo Nix is out of the game, homie, right? If Bo Nix was in the game, the Patriots was overrated to be in the playoffs. Bo Nix would have stomped them fools out. He would have dominated in the AFC West in that AFC Championship. Second of all, two mistakes in the game in the AFC Championship cost the Broncos the game. The one that they don't kick the field goal up and go by 10 points, and then the play where Stidham takes a fumble and gives them a free touchdown. If we're up 10-0, there's no way the Patriots were going to win that game, bro. They would have had to come back in the storm. They would have had to come back in the storm where they couldn't even produce any offensive yardage, homie. We would have had them at bay. 10-0, we would have won the game and we would have went on to the Super Bowl. And then we would have gave you an incredible showing in the Super Bowl, but it was one of the most boringest Super Bowls ever out there because the Patriots done got crashed out. They got slapped up. Let's just call it what it was. They did not belong there. So we look at this. We're going into a whole new aspect, right? We're looking at this, and we're going into a new season. And the Broncos knew they were screwed before they went into the AFC Championship with Bo Nix injury, right? And you mean to tell me, bro, the Broncos are going to regress? Are you serious? Hey, my brother, like you the homie, but I like if you know anything about my channel, Ryder, I disrespect the Queefs, I disrespect the Raiders, the Chargers, because this is the thing, and I give them credit for their dynasty. But if you know anything about Savage Sev, homie, with the utmost respect, that's what I do. I don't kumbaya with divisional rivals. We on a football, right? You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. You got the Queefs that did not make the playoffs. Literally got slapped up, swept by the Broncos, with Bo Nix, without Bo Nix, with Patrick Mahomes, without Patrick Mahomes, right? And you got the Broncos regressing? Get the fuck out of here, bro. The Chargers that don't even have, that are overrated every time they go into the offseason. Overrated? And you mean to tell me the Broncos are third in this division? I understand it with this situation with the Chiefs, right? Because they got Patrick Mahomes, right? But I'm sorry to tell you, Chargers, you ringless bums, you will never be a Super Bowl contender. It doesn't matter if you have Phillip Rivers. It doesn't matter if you had Drew Brees. You will always be a ringless bum. You're not better than the Broncos in any ounce of the way. I can't tell. I can't tell, Ryder. The Broncos suck, but they were in the AFC Championship, right? The Broncos suck. They ran the whole board against the whole NFL last year, dominating every team that they played. I can't tell. You can't suck and be number one seed. There's no possible way. So all that, your narrative's messed up. Your narrative got cracked off, crushed. Your narrative got thrown out the window. You can't say the Broncos suck. Now, 3-4 years ago, yes. But we're talking about facts now. We're talking about what the situation is at hand. And the Broncos took your division. The Broncos took the conference. The Broncos took the number one seed, slapped up the Bills on national television. And then if it wasn't for an injury, we were going to slap up the Patriots. You can't finish the job when you don't have the conductor, buddy. Let's be real. If you lose your number one quarterback, you can't finish the job, buddy. Like, let's not play. You know it was set up for the Broncos not to win that game. But the fact of the matter is, if we're talking about all that, right? Every team that goes to the playoffs and gets exited out, we have to use that logic, right? Because it's only if you win the Super Bowl. Only if you win the Super Bowl. Yeah, but Bo Nix was clutch. Come on, Ryder. Let's talk about it. 30-plus points in the fourth quarter. Are you kidding me? Never been done ever by your quarterback. No goats. 30-plus points in the fourth quarter when they're down by 3 possessions. The most clutch quarterback in NFL history. I'm sorry to tell you. All 4-quarter points and coming back from 3-point deficits. Coming back from 2 touchdown deficits in the fourth quarter when it matters. Because wins, we calculated by wins. And if you want to say wins and losses, Broncos had more wins than your team. The Broncos would have went in there and played you fools to the end. Let's not play that, Seacock. Let's not play that, Seacock. We would have went in there, and I don't think you dominating the Broncos like you dominated the Patriots. I'm sorry to tell you. Hey, hold up. I'm sorry to tell you. If you play the Broncos, you're not dominating the Broncos like you dominated the Patriots. Because let's be real, I'm going to be 100% real with you. The Patriots were overrated. They were not a good team. I try to tell people from the get-go that they were not a good team. They were given an easy-ass schedule, and then to go to the Super Bowl, the whole run was because you faced a beat-up Chargers team. The whole run was you faced the Texans team that was beat up. And the next time you faced the Broncos team that didn't have their quarterback. Let me get a charger. I hope I can find the charger. Hold on real quick. Mile high salute. Mile high salute. Mile high salute to the riders, man. It got me a little razzled out. I'm kind of turned up by this little saying. Let me see real quick. Grandma, you know where the charger's at? You know where my charger's at?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know if it's over there or I really don't know.
Oh, we're gonna have to finish. We're gonna have this. We gonna have to finish this. We talking about this today. Well, I got time today. We on a whole different level right now. This is not a humble stream. This is not giving you advice stream. We talk about some shit that I seen, and a little Savage Sev got a little razzle dazzled. Cause people seem, you know what we say? Facts over feelings, right? Let's be real. People just don't want to be not right. People don't like to not be right. So when it comes to the Broncos, right? The overhype of the draft, oh, he was a reach, but Bo Nix crushed your whole shit. He done make every narrative go out the window. He done slapped up the whole narrative of every hater out there. You can't tell Bo Nix nothing. He came out of college in the first seasons, 2 seasons. He's already in the playoff taking Foos' #1 seed, taking the conference, taking the division. Can I get an amen? That's what Bo Nix is doing. And every hater out there cannot stand their ears. They don't like this shit. But Bo Nix right now, he's on the forefront. And if it wasn't for the ankle, I'm sorry to tell you, Patriots, you're not going to the Super Bowl. You was not going to the Super Bowl if it wasn't for Bo Nix's injury in the snowstorm. I don't know where my charger's at.
I don't know where the charger is. Unless you put it in the.
What up? What's up, Big Red?
In the front room, I don't know. Or where this is at.
I gotta get a charger, fellas. What if Tyreek came to Denver? Let's go, homie. #1 seed. Boom. Let's go. Downfield. Cortland Sutton. Downfield. Marvin Mims. Downfield. Franklin. CJ Stroud claiming he's not though. Now that fool got slapped up in a playoff game. Shut up. All right, salute.
Unless it's where this is at.
I can't find the charger, fellas.
She was talking to Mario and Charmaine.
Woo! I don't know where my charger's at. Let's go. What's up, Rodders? I'm not, you know what? I'm gonna give credit to the Seahawks, right? I'll give credit to the Seahawks. They did their thing. You guys actually did me a favor. Not really talking to the Seahawks, right? I can't say nothing. They Super Bowl champions. But come on, Rodda. You in the NFC West. Just sit on the sideline, man. Don't put your nose in AFC West business. This is to the AFC West division foes. If the Broncos were not that good, they wanted to take the Chiefs top of the division. We took the division from these dudes. If they weren't that good, we wouldn't have overleaped the Chargers for the division. You know why the Broncos that good? Because they got a guru head coach that changed the culture. When you change the culture, you cannot lose the flame. And that's what Sean Payton doing. And you pissed off the whole aspect because now we got some money to spend. We got money to spend in the offseason. You get Bo Nix, a #1 real threat with this defense, and you got money, you don't owe Russell Wilson shit. I'm sorry to tell you, you can't stop it. It's inevitable. See the logo? You better respect that logo, Rodda. Because the Raiders ain't shit. The Chargers ain't shit. The Chiefs ain't shit. We coming for the throne again, the division. And if you think I'm playing, just watch this shit unfold. It's unfolded already. It's already unfolded. You can't stop it. Can't stop, won't stop. It's like an inevitable train. When we got Bo Nix, I try to tell all the division foes, every division foe out there. I try to tell Raider fans. I try to tell the Chief fans. I try to tell the Charger fans. You're not stopping Broncos country when Broncos country got the mile-high magic. There's nothing you could do to stop it. Look, we having church up in here. We having church. Bout to ass all year long. I don't care about what the Raiders get. Raider, we seen the Raiders trick off #1 draft picks. The Raiders could get Tom motherfucking Brady, Peyton Manning. The culture will never change. Because you know why the Raiders suck? It's because of the culture. They've been sucking since 83. There's nothing changing. I'm sorry to tell you, Manzala, Zuba, Tom Brady, John Elway, Teddy Bridgewater, Steve Young, they not changing the culture. The Patriots, the Gators, they will always be, and like this is what we saying. The Raiders were last place in the whole aspect of this upcoming. I got text messages coming in. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the writers. Shout out to the writers out there, man. God bless everybody. Shout out to the writers out there, but this is the fact, bro. Hey, my Queef homies, my Chief homies. How did you like the young not quarterback coming to take your cookies for the division? How did you like Bo Nix going in your house, painting Arrowhead the orange and blue wave, taking the division? Charger fans, how did you like not winning the ring? Your whole existence in that Broncos country just kind of overleaps your team for that division. We take the division. And Raider fans, how did you like Bo Nix Bo Nix is undefeated against the Raiders, right? You know Bo Nix dropping bombs. You know Bo Nix painting Las Vegas orange and blue too, sweeping the whole Las Vegas. They haven't won Bo Nix because they're not going to. And I hopefully you don't lose Crosby because he's your whole team. Crosby said he want to stay, but man, he knows unless you have the culture switch, you'll always be the Raiders. Unless you have the culture switch, you will always be the Raiders. And we know what the Raiders are. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. I don't know where my charger is, man. I lost my charger. Mom, you know where my charger is? Mom, if you're watching, can you tell me where the charger is? My phone's about to die.
It's not in there. Well, she kept going back there. I don't know, John. I don't know. Or under where Misty sleeping up there, maybe on the floor. No? I don't know.
Hey, it's about to cut off on you guys, man. It's about to cut off on you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? If we all suck, Rada, my homie, my big dog, if we all suck, all these teams in the division, that means that the Raiders are absolutely booty cheeks because you was behind all of us. If we all suck, that means that you absolutely were booty cheeks. That means the Raiders was absolutely trash. If you're behind us and we suck, what does that say about the Raiders? What's up, Big Ricks? What's good with you, man? I had to come just say a little peace of mind because I seen some shit that had me a little razzle dazzled. How you gonna have the AFC West champion? How you gonna have a team that was in the AFC Championship in third place in the division? You gave these fools the power over Broncos country, and I seen this today, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Do we have pure idiots across the NFL world?" You automatically gonna give some fools that didn't make the playoffs, and then you gonna give an overhyped team like the Chargers a better positioning in this community, bruh? Are you serious? Are you smoking dope? Do you want Savage Chef to just kind of remind you where your teams are? What's up with my Broncos country, man? What's good with everybody? Shout out to you, man. I'm not even paying attention to a lot of the comments. I appreciate it, man. The ankle was and I had to come preach. I had to come and let it be known, man. It had me a little razzle dazzle. I was like, what's going on in here, bro? Shout out to y'all, man. Yeah, well. Usually it's on here. It's usually over there, though. She must have took it.
I don't know.
I don't know either,
Would you be able to call them though?
man. No, I'm just gonna let it. I'm gonna let it die out.
Okay.
I'll just let it die out. I'll have to do a live later. I don't know. I don't know where my charger is, fellas. But yo, what's good with it, man? Yeah, that was incredibly crazy. In my mind, I'm analyzing this shit. If you say the situation about Broncos country regressing, bro, you have to be just a pure Bronco hater. And your heart is pumps hatred. But I understand it because I said this before. When the Broncos are up, the haters hate that shit. They don't like to see almighty Broncos country. It's been like that since I was a kid. When the Broncos are up, the media hates that shit. They kick themselves in the nuts. What up, man? What's cracking with you? They don't like to see almighty Broncos country up. And this is another example of the bias. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. You can't stop. It doesn't matter if you're biased and you hate. It's coming true. And it's already came true. You're going to build in this draft. All the haters out there, check this out. You're going to build in this draft, right? And when you build in this draft, you get stronger. You don't have money that you owe Russell Wilson. You just get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Now we really have something to prove because our quarterback got hurt in the worst time that you could get hurt in the NFL season, AFC Championship. So now we have a chip on our shoulder across the board with all the hatred, the team seeing this shit. And now it's time to build. And I feel sorry for that aspect because last year they were saying that we were not even going to make the playoffs. They were saying we were not going to make the playoffs. What happened? They said that they said we couldn't do it. What happened? They said we were not taking the division. What happened? They said we were not taking the conference. What happened? Them Buffalo Bills fans said we were not going to win a playoff game. What happened? It all came true. What happened? And now we're looking into the future, right? We're going to look into the future. Looking into the future, it's bright because this is a young roster, man. This is a young roster. And when you got a young roster that's kind of hungry and you got Sean Payton still running the train, running the aspect, you're going to get a Super Bowl eventually, homie. You only can miss so many times before you hit. And yeah, unfortunately, we did get injured. Unfortunately, it happened to us. And it's a learning process. It's a learning process. Let's see. It's a learning process. We got to get it going, though. Man, the draft's coming up in a couple months. We got to get some firepower on that offense side of the ball. That's what it is, man. I may be the only one in the chat that doesn't want. Hey, it's all good, my brother. Yeah. Don't even trip. I was a little razzle-dazzle to say, my brother. I seen this and I was like, are these fools smoking dope? You got to understand this, homie. Let me explain this to the homie. You got a team on fire, right? A team that went to an AFC championship. An AFC championship. The next game, the Broncos are in the Super Bowl. And then you have a team like the Chiefs and the Chargers that actually just got clipped the first round, and the Chiefs didn't even make the playoffs, and you got them overleaping the Broncos to put the Broncos third in the division in the rankings. So when I look at this, I'm like, are you serious? Did these fools just do this ludicrous action? Did they really just judge this whole situation and said the Broncos are the third worst team in the AFC West? And I had to ask myself, what would be the actual situation why they would do that? You know why? Because these fools don't think. They just see superstars and they don't understand that the Chiefs, man, them not making the playoffs, you don't even know Patrick Mahomes is actually going to be good again. You don't even know, bro. The ACL, do you understand? Some players don't even come back from an ACL injury. And you're going to give him the top of the division once again, homie? I would have seen it and maybe he'd say second in the division, but to overleap the whole division and give this fool the division again off of an injury, off of not making the playoffs, and you just gonna give him the division again, huh? That's how we're talking. Lamar and Prescott get talked about like they won a Super Bowl. Yeah, that's my whole thing. The media overhyping these squads, and you look at it and you're like, bro, are these fools just, what are they doing out there, man? NFL been hating the Raiders. Yeah, not understandable, but y'all sued the NFL too, my bro. Your boy Al Davis he went over the NFL's head. Of course they're gonna hate the Raiders. He said, hey, I don't give a care about the NFL. I'm suing. So they said, man, we ain't never gonna let the Raiders experience success. And every Raider fan, if you weren't born in the 80s, man, you haven't got to experience any type of success. So is that going to change? We don't know. But we have to see. It's yet to be seen. And I've been hearing this story from Raider fans my whole life. They're going to get good. But every year we see the Raiders, man. The Raiders, they always say, we're going to get good. We have something coming. And then I see every Raider fan I know